let's talk.
You're so dumb and reckless. You already wrecked this. What goes up comes back down, and your day will come around. And I don't wanna fix this. You already wrecked this for good.
Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. We are 4 weeks out from my first competition of the season, and I'm super excited. This week I had in-person check-ins with my coach. Here are the check-ins. These are from her phone, so they might be a little blurry, and it's the first time I wore my fit model suit, which I'm still not going to tell the color of until show day, because what's the fun in that? You already know what my bikini color is, but I really don't want to tell you what my fit model color is. I will say it is a color I am not used to. I still don't know if I like it that much. I am 5 or 6% of me that want to just order a second suit in the color that I normally am very comfortable with, but I think this would be nice to just like step outside my comfort zone and try a new color. I trust my coach. She says it looks good. Unfortunately, it is like a popular color amongst competitors, but I'm hoping that with this color plus my red hair, I'll stand out a little bit more, and then also, you know, the physique will talk for me. So, coming into a month out, a lot of things are starting to line up. So I need to make sure that I'm registered for the shows, travel plans are set, I have everything I need for the show. So I wanted to sit down and kind of talk about what the cost of competing is. And I'll break it up into like 4 or 5 different parts and just kind of go through each one. Now keep in mind that I am competing in 3 shows, so my total is gonna look a little bit different. I'll try maybe for like the first show to kind of make a total of what like one show would be competing, like what the cost of just one show is, and then what like my whole season's actually gonna end up costing me. So we'll just kind of start from there. Looking back at my 2024 season, I have it all written down in a Google spreadsheet because I am that type A of a person. And I went through and itemized everything, and it was around $3,200 in 2024 for the same 3 shows. So let's kind of see where we stack up this time and what my budget is going to look like for this. So let's start bodybuilding basic costs. This one I'm not going to like include into the overall cost of competing because these are things that I've done in my off season, monthly, and just kind of like leading up everything that I would need to be successful during my prep. Now my prep started at Thanksgiving, so once we get past the basics, kind of everything Thanksgiving on, I'll add into that total. But for the basics, number 1, I highly recommend getting yourself a coach. Having someone there who knows what they're doing, has had competitors before, and someone I can kind of lean into was something that was really important to me. I also perform better if I am paying somebody, because if I'm paying them to tell me what to do, I'm going to do that because I don't like to waste money. I don't like to waste time. So if they're putting the time and the energy and I'm paying them to do that, I'm going to do the work. So it was really important for me to have a coach who was 1, nearby, local, someone that I could see. 2, I really wanted a team this time. My last show, I had a wonderful coach, but the group of girls that she like coached, there's only like 4 or 5 competitors who I reached out and became friends with on Instagram, but the rest of the girls were like postpartum moms or like more lifestyle, and I really wanted to have just like the competitor vibe around me. This is not such a large group here, I can't even tell you how many are on my team. And then I also wanted someone who does competitors. So local, team, competitors. She only takes competitors. She doesn't do any lifestyle. And so that meant a lot to me. She has a lot of people that have gone pro. So knowing that that's an end goal for me down the line was really important for me to find a coach who had already that basis that we could do that. Now it depends on where you live, how much that's going to cost you per month. I've seen some coaches where it's like $1,500 for like 16 weeks, or I've seen some that are like $400 for 16 weeks. I would say don't go for like the cheap one unless their body of work proves otherwise. So where I live, my coach is pretty affordable for me. I'm not going to tell you how much I pay for my coach, but it's very affordable for me, and her body of work proves her worth. So I think she's worth more. I'm not going to tell her that because I love her and I like how much I'm paying. But there's also some, like, if you go on the East Coast, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. If you go south, like to Houston, some of those coaches are really expensive, and that's just because of like the cost of living in that area. I live up in North Idaho. A little bit different. The second person I would highly recommend, especially in prep, but I would start out of prep, is get a posing coach. I love my posing coach, Natasha. She is a wellness Olympian, and so she's been on the stage. I love watching her flow, and all the girls that she works with are very personalized in their flow. It was important to me to have a good posing basis because during prep I get kind of like, you lose your brain cells sometimes, and I wanted to make sure that I had my posing down before prep started, so that way once I did start to get lean, it was just tweaking and just perfecting, so that way when I went on stage, it's only going to be like muscle memory, and I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, does my foot need to go here? Like, where's the judges? Like, that was really important to me. So for her, it was like $35 for a one-to-one session, and then she also does classes with other girls, and that's $15 a session. And I tried to make sure I did at least one one-on-one a month and one group session a month, as I could like go to them. It all just kind of depended on work schedules. And then once we hit like 8 weeks out, 6 or 8 weeks out, my coach has us come in once a week and do posing with the girls, and that's included in our coach posing costs. So all the stuff that I do with Natasha now is just a little bit of extra sprinkles so I can get just extra feedback and really perfect my posing. Other things that people will have is a gym membership. I am very fortunate. I do not need a gym membership. I am very lucky and have a very good frugal husband who has built this gym literally from the ground up. This is just started as just like a basic garage with this rack is what we started with. If you want to see my whole gym, go ahead and check out my gym tour video. There are some new pieces in here now, so I'm hoping like after prep or even after competitions, I can show you guys the updated gym. But I have everything here that I need, and if I don't have it, I could probably finagle it. After my last prep, my husband bought me a stair mill because I bought a gym membership for my last prep purely to use the stair mill. And it was not worth the driving time and everything. It was just, let's just pay the money, get a good stair mill, and now it sits in our living room next to our air bike and our assault treadmill. So it's very much a bodybuilding athlete-friendly household. So having that support from my husband to get those items, I don't have to have a gym membership. But some other people do, and it depends on what kind of gym you go to. It could be like $20 a month, it could be $60 a month, depending on what gym it is and what your preferences are. So you have to keep that into consideration. Another thing that I don't really like put into our like competition costs is nutrition and supplements, because groceries and supplements, we've been doing meal prepping for almost 14 years. So we have a very good like habit down. We go to Fred Meyer and Costco on Saturdays, get bulk chicken, bulk ground turkey, things like that. We are shopping sales on GNC and Vitamin Shop and TikTok Shop actually for protein and pre-workouts. I really enjoy Rule 1 and Raw, and they have a lot of sales often. Rise is usually on sale through like TikTok Shop or the Vitamin Shop, and I make sure to follow those and pick those deals up when I can. So I have like a large surplus. We are actually finally kind of starting to get down to the bare minimum of what we had at the Olympia from 2 years ago when we went. We went in the fall of 24. We're just now like starting to use up all of the samples. So conventions like that, use and abuse. Like if they're passing it out, put it in the bag, take it home. It's gonna last you forever. Another thing that I didn't expect I would need a lot during prep, but I'm so glad I did, is just planning for recovery. So massages and chiropractor. Last year we switched over to an HSA, and through my insurance and through the HSA, and then also I work at a hospital, so through work I get discounted chiropractor and massages. I try to do those at least once a month, just to make sure that I'm recovering well, because I do have a back injury, and every now and then like my shoulder will tweak or like my knee will tweak, and I still need to be in top performance even at such like a depleted stage. The more depleted I get, the weaker I feel, and so just having those extra recovery tools really, really, really helps me, and I think it's worth the expense. And my massages are $75 a month, and the chiropractor is $45. So just those two once a month out of my HSA makes me feel grounded. So let's get into like the basic competing bundle. This is not like what you need on show day, but like what you need to compete. So to compete in any NPC show, you need your NPC card, and that's gonna last you all year from January to December. So if I'm doing my April shows, I can get a card, and then if I decided to do a November show, I could keep using that card, but if I wanted to do next April, even though it's within a full year, I would need to get another card next spring. So this year the NPC card was $168, and that's gonna last me for all my shows. It's just one flat out, we're done. The next thing you're gonna need is a suit. So I was very fortunate this year that my bikini suit that I wore at my last 3 shows is still in beautiful condition, and I'm able to reuse that suit for at least my first show. I think we've decided the first show I'm gonna do bikini, get some feedback. Based off that feedback, we'll see if I do bikini or fit model for the second show, and then the third show I'm gonna do fit model. So all I needed to do was buy my fit model suit. My fit model suit, I budgeted about $250, and it ended up costing me $210. And that's because I did custom color, custom sizing, and I also did a little bit of sparkle on the back because I want to. So my suit in 2024 cost me almost $600, and that was brand new, customized to me. Now there's other options if you want to be a little bit more frugal. You can go on Etsy, you can go on Amazon. There's a girl on my team who made her own. She bought the stones online and sewed her own suit, which good for her. I do not have the patience or the time to do that. You can also rent suits. My coach has a whole closet of suits and she rents them out, and I don't know how much she rents them for, but you can also do that online on many different like suit sites. Just know that they're not going to be customized to you, so there's always cheaper options. I've also seen for like the bikini suits, they can be anywhere from like $300 to well over $1,200, depending on how much rhinestones you want, how much bling you want on the connectors, things like that. Like, it can get pricey, and it's all just dependent on you. You can spend as much or as little as you want on a suit. Next cost that you'll need for all your shows are shoes. So I am bikini and fit model, which are heeled divisions, so you're gonna need a good set of heels. Now, I absolutely love the Shoe Fairy. If you use code lyricalfitchick, I do get a little bit of commission for you using my code, but I will say that even if I didn't have a code, I would still use the Shoe Fairy. I have 4 of their shoes now, and 2 of them are like the naked shoes, and I'll wear those just out and about. Like, I don't say like out and about, but like if I go to a show or something and I need like nice heels, I'll wear those, or something professional, I'll wear the points. So I highly recommend those. There are a lot of different options as well. I've seen Olympians like Brittany Gillespie. She uses the Fabulicious ones off of Amazon. They're like $70. The ones that I'm using for my show are the Roxy Olympians from Shoe Fairy, and I got them on sale for I think $85. They're normally $120, but like I said, with the suits, you can pay as much or as little as you want. Their shoes range from like $110 to $165, depending on how much sparkle you want. And they do sales throughout the year, so just kind of shopping the sales. I got the Roxys, I believe, over Black Friday because I knew I was going to be competing. I also have a pair of Olympians, but the straps broke. I use them as my check-in photo shoes and then just put them away. But those were the shoes I used last time. Those were 5 inches. These ones are 4.5. And I feel like these ones are a lot more comfortable this time. I don't know why. I think I just like the 4.5 inch heel. Again, you can spend as much or as little as you want on the shoes. Just make sure that they're comfortable, they fit, and that they're clear. That's really important. And then the final thing that you don't like really think about is going to be like a huge expense, but it's going to be jewelry. And you can spend upwards of like $150. I've seen some of like the dangle earrings can be like $150 if you want to do like cubic zirconia. At my last show, I did Shein jewelry. I got some big bulky bracelets and rings and earrings off of Shein. I think it cost me like a grand total of $10. I will say the earrings were the bane of my existence because they were so long that they kept catching on the stones of my bikini, so I would turn my head and like get like yeeted back from my ear. And so this time I did splurge a little bit, and I got a set from Toxic Angels that do not connect at the bottom, like they don't like dangle, they like connect in like a nice pivot at the bottom so they won't hook on. And that's just gonna make me feel a lot more comfortable on stage. So those are all the things that you need, just kind of like all your competitions. So let's get into what you'll need for the actual show day. So every show day is gonna be different for every competitor, every show. So I'm doing 3 different shows, and at every show you have to pay for your classes. For me, I'm starting at it's like a small show, a medium show, and then a large show. So with each show, the price of the class gets more and more expensive. And you can do as many classes as you can afford that you qualify for. So I am 33 right now, so I don't qualify for masters yet. So for my first show, I'm gonna do open, which is everybody can get into that one. That's kind of the one you want to be in. If you win that, you get nationally qualified at some shows. The other one I'm going to enter for the first one is novice bikini. Novice means you've never won first or second. And I'm really hoping this is the last time I have to sign up for novice bikini because I want to get first or second. But because I'm doing novice and open, that means I just get more stage time, and that helps me feel a little bit more comfortable. So at my first show, I'm doing those 2. And then at my second show, again, open or novice. If I do fit model, I'll do both. If I'm doing bikini, it kind of depends on how the first show goes, right? And then the third show, which is the big regional show, Emerald, I'm doing novice and open fit model. So for each show, each class costs a certain amount. So at my first show, each class is $125. Second show is $135. And third show is $150 per class. So in total, my first show is gonna be $250, second show $270, third show $300, for a total of, I think it's $620. Just to be on stage, just to register, just to go. T-shirt, yeah, that's what I get for those. Make sure that you know which classes you want to go in. If you're a master's who's over 50, you could do 50 plus, 45 plus, 40, 35 plus. So it's just kind of how much are you willing to pay at that point. For me, since I'm still not 35, I don't qualify for the master's, so I'm just doing novice and open. The next thing you have to think about for show day is tanning. Your tan is crucial. If you look at me now, I am so white. The amount of adjustment I have to do on this camera and the lighting around me just so that I look a little bit tan is slightly ridiculous because I am just pasty white. So I have to get days of layering. So there's 2 different options you can do for tanning. You can go with the show promoter tan. They'll tan you the night before, they'll give you your stage tan the day of, and then they'll glaze you backstage, and that's all included. Or you can do an at-home kit. Last time I chose the at-home pro tan, and my husband and I have it nailed down pat, so that's what we decided to do again this year. So if I had gone with the show promoter, it was gonna be $175 to tan per show. So 175 times 3, right? I decided to go with pro tan route and do the self-tanning. And I didn't do the kit this time because I did the kit last time and ended up having to buy extra pieces anyways. Also, I didn't know there was a super dark until this year, so I just bought super dark, overnight, and then competition stage. All in total with a discount code was $200. And that's gonna last me for all 3 shows. So that right there saved me $300-400, and I get to do it myself. I will have to pay a little bit extra, $20 per show to get glazed backstage, but that's what, $60 plus, so $260 versus almost $600 to get. No, I'm just, it's gonna be worth it. So I'll probably start tanning honestly Wednesday night. Do a coat Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Friday night. I have to do layers and layers and layers just to get a nice tan because I'm so white. Some people are gifted with beautiful olive skin and I'm so jealous. And then the last thing for stage day that I would think about is stage photos. So do you want photos from the venue? A lot of promoters will have a set photographer for the day, or there's a couple other side photographers that you can go through to get stage photos. And for my shows, it's the same production company and it's $125 per show if you want all of your images. Or you could just do I only want the pre-judging images, so that's $50. Or I only want finals, that's $50. If you want a video, that's $100. So it kind of depends, like, do you want those pictures? Because my husband's a photographer, but they do not allow cameras with detachable lenses into the venue. So we have to be kind of like careful with that and not bring in my vlogging camera, and everything has to be done like on our phones. But hey, I might splurge and get some stage shots if I win. So we'll see what happens there. Also, one more thing to like think about for show day, and I probably should, I don't know if I would count this like for show day or for just like competing in general, but travel. Think about the travel cost. Are you flying to your venue? Are you driving to your venue? How many nights are you staying in a hotel? Are you gonna get there 3 days early? How, all of those kind of things come into effect. So I'm doing 3 shows, and they are luckily within driving distance, so we don't have to fly to any of them. One of them is like 3 hours away, so it's a 3-hour drive, so we're gonna be staying the night before and the night of, just because I'm in Bikini and Fit Model. Those are always at the end of the show, so it's usually like 10 o'clock by the time you get out of there, and I don't want to drive home after that. So no thank you. The second show is actually local, and it's about 35 minutes away. My husband wanted us to spend the night at a hotel the night before, but I convinced him not to because the price of one night at that hotel was the same as 2 nights on the other 2 shows. Like, let's just save the money and just drive. I'll be fine. I'll wake up early. It's okay. I'll survive. So we were driving to the first one, staying the night before, the night of. The second show is in town, so I don't have to, we just have to drive there and then kind of hang out for the day. And then the third show is about a 6-hour drive, so we're actually, and the show's on Saturday, so we're actually gonna drive there on Thursday. My sister lives in the area, so I'm gonna stay the night with her on Thursday night, and then we're staying at a hotel Friday, Saturday night. Last time we did not stay the night at the hotel the night of the show, and we ended up like driving back to my sister's house at like 2 in the morning, and I really regretted that. This time we'll have my son, so it just made sense for us to just use the hotel. A lot of times when you're competing, they have like a host hotel that'll give you a discount code for using that hotel. But I found that if you just like take a couple minutes and look around the area, you'll find a lot of options that are cheaper and do just the same thing. I literally just need a place to sleep and to do my makeup. So I don't need anything fancy. I don't need 5 stars. So I'm actually staying at a Red Lion at both of them. And it's the same 2 hotels I stayed at for my last competitions in 2024. So I already know them. I already know like what to expect. And so for my first show for 2 nights, it was $180. And then for my third show for 2 nights, it was $242. So that's just the hotel and parking for them. And then they have shuttles to the venue. Like super easy. Now I don't have to rent a car as well because I have my own car. Now this next section is pretty much only for the women. And this is kind of where I decided to splurge a little bit this year because I saved money on the suits, and you know, I saved up a lot of money and I just kind of wanted to have fun with this. It's my last competition season for the next 3 years. So this is the beauty category. Everything about Fit Model and Bikini, not only do you need to have the physique, but you need the stage presence, the hair, the makeup, the glam, like the sassiness. So I made sure to, like, I didn't want that to be a problem at all. Like the beauty issue to be a problem. Last time I competed, they were like, you had the full package, you just needed more muscle. So I knew that I did my hair and my makeup right. The thing this year is I'm much more muscle density now. Like I have a lot more to me, and my back is super lean because my back leans out before my legs do. So my back seems very, very hard, and so we need to cover it. Luckily, I already have like in place a good hairstylist with extensions ready to go. So the bulk of my beauty expense was my hair. I wanted to make sure it covered my back and my back pose, so that way it's like it's not a distracting part of my physique. So for my hair extensions, they're 22 inches and they were $575 just for the hair. Okay, just for the hair. That's not the maintenance to install the color. None of that. So I decided to save some money. I took out my last hair extensions when I started prep, and then have been kind of like however much I would have spent every month on them saved up. I was spending about $120 a month on maintenance for my extensions. So I have $480 saved up to put towards these new extensions, like just putting them in. So it was $575 for the hair. It's gonna be $120 to install, like $100 to color match. And then I decided for my first 2 shows, since I'm not used to having that much hair, I'm gonna have a hairstylist do my hair. And it turned out to be about $80 per show for her to do my hair. Now makeup, on the other hand, I always find zen in doing my own makeup. Some people are like, oh, I like other people to do my makeup at a show because then I just can just sit there with a cup of coffee, not really think about it. It's gonna look great. Well, let me tell you a story. My friend Ari competed in wellness a few years ago, and she paid a makeup artist like $150 to do her makeup, and she will tell you, it was horrible. It looked caked on, it cracked, it did not look good. She tried to get her money back, didn't work. It didn't look good. I'm too much of a perfectionist to leave that kind of up to someone else. So I decided to do my own makeup for the shows. I did my own makeup for the shows last time. Worked out great. I'm really good at it. So I'm gonna do that again this time and do my makeup myself. My hope is that, like with my hair being done at the first 2 shows, I'll have my hair kind of figured out, like how to do it by the 3rd show. I'll have my hair in for like 5 weeks at that point. I'll understand like what to do. And so then by my 3rd show, save money on doing the hair, do my own makeup. If you wanted the artist to do your hair and your makeup, that's an option. The girl that I went through, she also does makeup. And if you wanted to do that, it would have been $140 per show for just the makeup. Just the makeup, not the hair. So if you put hair into that, $220 for hair and makeup per show. No, thank you. I will pay the $30 for the foundation that I need to match my tan and call it a day. I am still a hoarder of Jeffree Star makeup palettes. I have enough glimmer and shimmer for my eyeballs. Thank you very much. Another thing for beauty is your tan, you need to have no hair on your body. So you can do that 2 ways. You can wax it all off, or you can shave it all off. I've always done like my face in my bikini line waxing for years, so I've just kept that up, and I do a monthly membership through a waxing company in town. It's $60 a month. So I've kept that up, and then I'm just gonna shave the rest of my body. Some people will do a full body wax. It's like $200. No, thank you. I don't need that pain. I'm already in muscle pain. I don't need skin pain too. So don't do that to yourself. And then just have a partner or a friend who's really good to you shave your back and your butt, and you'll be fine. That way you get a nice even tan. So make sure you put that into your costs. And then the last thing is paws and claws, babes. So I work in healthcare, so we are not allowed to have fake nails. I also hate acrylics, they drive me nuts. Gel nail polish for me will start to crack on the edge, and then the tan gets under it. Like, you don't see it from a distance, but like I said, I'm a perfectionist, and I know it's there. So what I did last time was I just did stick-ons. $5 stick-ons from Shein with the glue. Nailed it. Except for I do think there was one show where a nail fell off, and you can see it in a picture if you pay attention. But I noticed it before I went on stage, and so I was always like very sure to like make sure that that hand wasn't in the front, or like just kind of turn my hand a little bit so you couldn't tell that I didn't have a nail on there. I did, however, splurge on a pedicure, and that was about $80. So I'm budgeting like $80 to $90 for a pedicure because it's super comfy. You get the massage chair. I usually go with my mom, so it's like a girls' day kind of a thing. And my pedicure will last me for all 3 shows. So $90, $30 a show. That's girl math, right? So kind of keep those in the thoughts for your beauty regimen. The last kind of thing I thought of for budgeting for a competition is just little extras. So if you're staying at a hotel, please, please, please be nice to your hotel and bring your own linens. So I bought basic black satin sheets off, I believe, Amazon, king size, so I made sure that I had a king size room. And when we got there, we literally just took everything off and put all the new sheets on. You can buy, like Toxic Angels has a like a sleeping bag you could be in, but I was always paranoid I'd like roll out of the sleeping bag, so just have the whole bed black. Your life would be easier. And then black towels as well. Make sure you have black towels, black hand towels. Put those on like the toilet seat as well. And then I brought my own shower curtain because at the first hotel that we went to last time, it had a it had very high water pressure. So it would like hit my tan, the tan would like blast off onto the fabric shower curtain, which was just like, no. So there's a Target up the road, I think we went to like 4 times, and got just a plain plastic shower curtain to protect that, because those hotels know that there's a bodybuilding competition in town. They will charge you if they find any kind of orange anywhere. And I was not about to do that. So I spent roughly $75 on all black linens, and that lasted me for the entire competition season. And it'll last me for this one too, because I still have them. Like, those ones are easy, so I still have those. Post-show food. So I'm allowed a meal after the show, and then it's like right back into it because I have 3 peak weeks in a row. I don't get like any time off. And just kind of planning for like a nice dinner. I really like just having like either like a burger or like a steak dinner. I don't need to go binging and like eating all these cookies and cakes and things like that. I have goals, and I want to make sure that I like meet them. And then since my sister is letting me stay with her, I usually take her and her family out for the meal the next day. And so last time we budgeted around $400 for post-show foods and just like foods in general. Like I think I hit up like a Wendy's on the way home because I just really wanted French fries, or if we bring my son, we still have to feed him, kind of a thing. So like pit stops on the drives to get food that doesn't include my meal prep, estimating around $400 for the whole thing. And then finally, be grateful and get your coaches a gift, something that's special to them. So I have my coach, and then I have my posing coach. I pretty much have my coach nailed down. My posing coach is a little bit trickier, but I'll figure something out for her. My last coach, Madison, I loved her so much. I actually like called her boyfriend and was like, hey, what nail salon does she go to? What is like something she would really like? So I managed to get a gift card to her favorite nail salon, as well as I shipped her a plant, like a little cactus. And I was very proud of that. And I thought that it meant a lot to her that I was thinking of her, and it meant a lot to me that she had taken time out of her days to be there for me for my competitions and like all the prep. So do something nice for your coach. You've been with them for such a long period of time. They put all this work into you. You put all this work into giving them the same stuff. Just give them a little something. And so I budgeted, what did I budget for that? About $100 per coach for that. So it's kind of hard to create a total for one show when a lot of the things I purchase or am calculating for will roll over to the next shows. So I budgeted for this season about $32.50 because my hair ended up being a lot more than I thought it was going to. So I'll kind of post it. I'll post it over here, kind of like what my Google Doc looks like. So my suit was $250, and that's my fit model suit. My bikini was free because I still have it. NPC card was $168. My first show, registration fees for 2 classes, $250. Second show, 2 classes, $270. Third show, 2 classes, $300. Tanning, $200. Hair, $170. Food, $400. Housing, so any of the hotels, $450. Just miscellaneous things, about $50. Travel, $300. Oh, I forgot. I have to have my husband come to the shows, right? So he has to have tickets to get into the shows as well. So also budget that. We did not think about that last time. Made sure to remember it this time. So his admission tickets for all 3 shows is going to be around $200. Posing over the course of my prep from Thanksgiving until now, budgeted $150. And then Lydia, who's my coach, present, $100. And then I need to add Natasha present, $100. So roughly $3,300, $3,400 for the season. I'm hoping to keep it down a little bit. Like I said, I've been saving up a lot of money between taking my hair extensions out. I picked up a lot of shifts. I cashed in all my cash back from my credit card. I used discount codes. I waited for sales. I never bought anything full price. Never buy anything full price. There's always a discount code or there's always a sale that you can just kind of wait for. So this sport is definitely not cheap in any way, shape, or form, because I didn't include in that my food, my training, my supplements. So it can, over the 4-month period, easily $5,000 for 3 shows. For 3 shows though. I've heard of some girls paying like $3,900 to $4,500 for 1 show. So I'm very grateful and lucky that my shows are affordable and where they are. This is why I don't compete constantly. Some people will compete constantly, but if they can afford to do so, like, good for them. If I do want to go to nationals, I will have to fly and travel for that. So if I want to do nationals, that's going to be another expense I'll have to think about down the road. I don't know if that's going to be an option this year because I am going to go back to school about 2 weeks after the final show. Because I'm not crazy enough doing 3 shows, I'm also going to grad school. So we'll kind of see how the 3rd show goes, which is the regional one. I do need to be nationally qualified to even go to nationals, and I'm not nationally qualified yet. That is my goal this season though. So we will see what happens at these shows and just kind of feel the vibes and write it out from there. But if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear if there's anything kind of like I missed. Did I miss something that I need to add to my budget? Do you have more questions on the pricing of things? Please leave a comment down below. And then be sure you subscribe to my channel so you can follow me along on this prep and throughout my bodybuilding season, as well as on my Instagram at lyricalfitchick, TikTok at lyricalfitchick. Everything's at lyricalfitchick. If you just want to search up a platform, I'm on there underneath that username to follow along as I post physique updates, how I'm feeling during prep, all that kind of stuff. And for 4 weeks out, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I feel a lot better than I did last prep, that's for sure. I feel depleted, I feel tired, but I feel like I've already surpassed leaps and bounds of where I was last time. I'm eating more food, I have less cardio, I've already hit my stage weight from last time. We still have a couple more pounds to go to like really bring my tie-ins, but I think I can do it, and I'm just gonna keep pushing because I have goals and I wanna get them. So, happy 4 weeks out, and I'll see you next time. Bye!